Hola clase, hoy vamos a hablar sobre el presente perfecto. So today I'm going to talk to you about the present perfect. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how we use this verb, when we use this verb, how to form the sentence, how to form the participle. I'll show you some common irregulars, and then I'll show you some examples. Okay, so let's get started. So the present perfect is used to say what has been done, and we use it the same in English as we do in Spanish. We have an auxiliary verb, and then we have the participle. So in English, we could say, I have eaten breakfast, and we have the have, which is our auxiliary verb or helping verb, and eaten is the participle. So I have eaten breakfast would be an example of how that works in English. So let's get started. Remember, we use this to say what has been done, and our formula is going to be haber with the past participle. Okay, haber, you haven't really seen this verb too much. We've seen it as the verb I, there is or there are, but it's infinitive, haber right here, and these are the conjugated forms we're going to be using for the present perfect. So, writing these down in your notes, we have as, a, hemos, habéis, han. And remember in Spanish that the H, the H, is always silent when it starts a word. So we have to make sure that we're not pronouncing that letter H. As, a, hemos, habéis, han. Okay. And then our second part of our sentence, remember I said that there were two verbs. One's our auxiliary verb and one is the participle. So the verb, we actually take a verb here and change it into a participle. Okay, and how do we do that? How do we change a verb that ends in AR, ER, IR to a participle? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop our infinitive ending. Okay, throw that away. And if it's an AR verb, we're gonna add ADO, ADO, okay? If it's an ER verb or an IR verb, oops, I missed writing that down, IR verb, we're going to use ido. Okay, we're going to drop the ER, drop the IR, and we're going to add ido. Okay, so what does this look like in Spanish? Here are some example sentences for you. Yo he comido el desayuno. So I took our verb from up here. I took our verb I wrote it down for yo. It matches. Comido comes from our verb comer, to eat. It's an ER verb. I drop my ER. I add that IDO. Next one. Ella ha escuchado la canción. She has listened to the song. So we're going to make it agree. A goes along with the box over here. And then escuchado, AR verb, we add that ado to it. Take just a moment to write this down in your notes. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the irregulars. Today I'm going to give you a list of some of the common irregular participles that we have in Spanish, but this is not a comprehensive list. This is not all of the participles that we have. These are just some of the few that we're going to be seeing in class and using as we practice these forms. So, los irregulares, abrir, to open, abierto. Morir, to die, muerto. Hacer, to do or to make, hecho. Escribir, to write, escrito. Ver, to see or to watch, visto. Romper, to break, roto. Decir, to say or to tell, dicho. Poner, to put or to place, puesto. Volver, to return, vuelto. Some of these may look familiar to you, and yes, we can use some of these participles as adjectives. So you may have seen some of these or heard some of these before, most commonly probably like muerto from Dia de los Muertos, or examen escrito. We talk about having a written test. So some of these might be familiar because they're used in other ways as well. So take a moment, put these down in your notes. Okay, next in your notes, I want to share with you Some common words we typically see with the present perfect. So we often see siempre, always, nunca, never, todavía, which is still or yet, and ya, already. Put these down in your notes. Okay, next up, some examples for you. I have 3 examples here. I want you to pause the video, take a moment to see if you can accurately translate these sentences into Spanish using the present perfect tense. Okay, checking your work. Let's see how you did. They have played the game. Ellos han jugado el juego. Have you seen the new Mulan movie? ¿Has visto la nueva película Mulan? We have done the math homework. Hemos hecho la tarea de matemáticas. Okay, this is the end of our video. I hope that this has been a thorough explanation for you. If you should have questions, drop me a comment or send me a message and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Adios!